use for my hand, so I'm just going to fold that one. I'm going to steal with the ace-4, and let's have a look at what's happening in that hand. And the pre-flop raiser took it down on the flop. I would have missed the flop anyways, so. Okay, I got two tight guys in the blinds here, so I'm definitely raising with any two cards. This guy looks pretty tight and has 3-bet me on my steal. I'm just giving that up. You don't see too much light 3-betting at 25 no limit. Okay. See, this is, I'm not getting any odds to draw on my straight, and you know, I might almost be drawing mostly dead. Like if he has a bigger diamond, then that means a lot of my straight outs are no good, so I'm just gonna fold that. There's a good chance he has an overpair, top pair as well, which, you know, I'm not getting any implied odds to chase a straight against that guy. So alright, I'm gonna steal with the 8-5 offsuit. This table is getting really short-handed. I'm probably gonna have to, I guess I don't have to leave. I can hold myself, I guess, pretty on playing short-handed. Okay, I'm going to isolate with this queen-9. Same thing on this table. I'm going to isolate with the queen-9 suited against a fishy player. I like that hand for isolating weak players because a lot of times I can pick up a good draw or make top pair and get some good value out of it, because these players are calling with a lot worse hands pre-flop, and then okay, that's not a very good board for me to c-bet. I'd rather take a free card than c-bet here, because this board has so many draws on it and hits so much of these guys' range, and plus with the short stacker there, he'll check raise me all in with any draw. Okay, same thing pretty goes on this table here. I wasn't really expecting a call too much from the blinds there, but I do have a gut shot. I'm just going to check that one. Okay, I get donked into. I'm going to raise that donk bet with plans on. Okay, I'm going to fold the 4s under the gun. Yeah, I'm not really going anywhere with this hand. I have like maybe 4 outs, I'm hoping. And this one I'm just going to let it go. I guess the other hand where I raised a donk bet, the guy folded. A lot of times if you raise pre-flop and then somebody donk bets into you, and by that I mean like they lead into you, and usually it's for like a small amount, like one big blind or something like that. If it's like on an ace high board, a lot of the times they have a weak ace. On other boards, a lot of the times it's you know, like a draw, straight draw, flush draw, or some small pocket pair or something like that, trying to figure out where he was at. On that particular board it was like 10-8-4 or something like that. So I mean, it was really dry. In all likelihood the guy had like some pocket pair or maybe middle or bottom pair. He's trying to find out where he was at. So I'm 10-2 pair in the big blind special. Just gonna bet full pot on that. I'm gonna open my ace queen to 4 BBs. So yeah, a lot of times, okay, that's a really bad card for my hand. If he has a 10, he's got a better hand than me at this stage, and so I'm not gonna bloat this pot. If he has an ace, he has a better hand than me. It's a really bad card. He checks it back. This guy is really passive. He could totally be calling with a worse hand. He could have a flush draw, but I'm just gonna check it down. I mean, I'm not beating that much, so I'm not losing much by not trying to value bet there, because I have basically my 4 is counterfeited. Okay, I'm not going to. I don't have much reads on this guy. He seems pretty loose, but only over 15 hands, and I don't need to risk 30 big blinds to find out that my ace queen is no good. If he's that bad, then I'm gonna stack him sooner than later. So I don't really have to worry about letting him have one small pre-flop raise. I don't need to start taking coin flips with ace queen against whatever he has, pocket jacks, or probably like he'll gonna play the same with ace king or queens or pocket anything. So I think that's an okay fold there with some reads. Like in some situations, you're gonna if you have more history with the opponent, then you're gonna be getting it in pre-flop against short stack like that with ace queen. But against an unknown, sometimes I guess err on the conservative side. I'm gonna fold that. Um, Definitely folding there. Okay, I got King 5 suited on the button here. I'm going to steal here from the small blind, and I'm going to steal with that one on the button. Okay, I just flopped a gut shot straight draw and a nut flush draw. So I think that getting it in on the flop would have been nice, but now on the turn my equity is just dropped right in half, so I'm just gonna check. And he checks it back. I'm beating a lot of Jack X hands, like if you had the straight draw. I'm not gonna get any value though. He didn't bet the turn with his draw, so I'm thinking that he'll probably just check it back. Okay, this guy here calls me again. The last time he raised me all in. I'm going to check, see what happens. Against these types of players, my play might seem a little bit weak, but from my experience, I'm stacking these guys a lot because like these loose half to short, short stacks to half stacks. I mean, they make a lot of bad. They're playing really loose and they have no implied odds. They're making a lot of bad calls, and I find that you don't need to start trying to bluff c-bet them on the flop too much. Though once you do pick up some kind of hand, you do want to value bet it like much harder. Okay, this guy leads out on the turn after calling my c-bet. I'm just gonna let that go. So yeah, like a lot of these like loose half stackers they're going all in with ace high sometimes. So if I can't even beat ace high, I don't want to start putting too much money in. I'll let them take a few pots. The thing is, I think once they've taken a few pots, they think they can do it all the time, and then they start trying to shove their stack in. Like you start calling them down when they get aggressive when you actually do have a hand, and then it's like they talk themselves into believing that you're just getting fed up with being pushed around or something, and they usually end up making a mistake and putting their whole stack in. So I think one of the worst things you can do, like I personally, I don't like having short or half stackers in my table.